Right, so Keir Starmer's trip to Scotland got off to the start the charlatan deserved, didn't it? After his little Thatcher moment, his love-in regarding her when he was chasing Tory votes in the Tory graph. But up in Scotland, it clearly all seems to be about whose vote he's after. Scotland greeted him as he deserved, though, didn't it, following that article? Facing direct questions from the public shouldn't scare you. Shouldn't if you're a politician and want to lead people and lead the country, but terrify Starmer it definitely did. From questions on a train from another passenger, seeing his heavies bundle the guy away, to the heavies bundling Starmer himself through a Glasgow train station, to his heavies barging through protesters with a Range Rover, it seemed. It speaks volumes for the politics of the man that this is how ordinary people react to his presence, how he reacts to the presence of ordinary people in his near vicinity, and his weathervane brand of politics. I'd like to think it shocked him, but it hasn't changed his ways, as of course he brought to Scotland something he never leaves home without, didn't he? And that is both of his two faces. Starmer headed to Scotland on the back of praising Margaret Thatcher and got a reception he deserved. Thatcher is hated for what she did to Scotland, whether it is just for their benefit and their votes, though, or a desire to get out of Scotland again without more confrontation. Starmer all of a sudden started hating on Thatcher once he was there. You simply cannot believe anything this man says or does. Right, so here's the thing I don't fathom with Keir Starmer. Saying one thing to one lot of people to win their votes and saying the total opposite to another to win their votes. Does he think nobody on either side notices? Why does he think he can get away with lying like he does, so blatantly, so publicly, in this era of social media where nothing is missed or overlooked, and leave people with no idea at the end of the day what he does actually stand for? I can't wait for the next Labour manifesto to come out. People will start taking bets on how much of it will either get binned or get denied or contradicted by Starmer during the election campaign. Because who could possibly believe any of it anyway, when this man flip-flops on literally everything and anything? He has no hard and fast position on a damn thing, it seems. Unless it's something delivering money to Labour Party coffers, such as the Israel lobby. So many of his donors connected with that, and he, of course, that Zionist without qualification. But Scotland is what this video is about, and Starmer wants more switching faces to address the people there with more of his lies, more of his promises that he won't keep, and in order to pretend that he's on their side, and that very much started by flipping on his adoration of Thatcher the milk snatcher, despite having gone to the Tory graph, behind a paywall at that, and talking about the meaningful change she had brought and unlocking the UK's natural entrepreneurism, extolling what he reckons passed for her virtues. Newsflash, sunshine, she had none. This week, however, it wasn't Tory voters he was wooing. There aren't that many in Scotland at the end of the day, so he changed tack and changed face. He was speaking to Scottish Labour members at a gala dinner, so preaching to the converted. Not one for the ordinary folk, yet still he was asked if he was a Thatcher fan, to which now he said, "No, absolutely not. She did terrible things, particularly here in Scotland, which everybody in this room, myself included, profoundly disagrees with. The point I was trying to make in a piece that we penned last week is that there are some political leaders who have a mission, a plan, that they implement. And Attlee, of course, was one of them, the New Jerusalem. Thatcher, whether you liked her or didn't like her, you couldn't say she didn't have a plan or a mission. Her plans, her missions, they were to destroy communities. Mass unemployment should be her enduring legacy, and will be for many whose families were touched by it, not exclusively in Scotland either, my own very much included in that. The mass privatisation of all manner of public sectors and services, and the high bills we are living with today for all of our basic utilities. That's her legacy. The destruction of the UK manufacturing base. That's her legacy. The poll tax, of course, that eventually finished her. That's her legacy. Millions of kids who grew up in hardship then, generation after generation struggling since, as no successive government since her has changed a damn thing. That's her legacy. Anyone showing the slightest bit of adoration or affection for that rancid woman whose damage to the UK and to the lives of ordinary working class people the country over is a wrong 'un who should be avoided like the plague. Starmer's comment there won't have come as comfort to anyone in attendance listening and who has a passing knowledge of Starmer's style of leadership, which basically consists of purging anyone who dares challenge him, taking every populist stance that ever crops up, flipping on it the moment it becomes politically expedient to do so, while supporting the Tories either by voting with them or sitting on his hands and not opposing at all. If he's talking of Thatcher in positive terms as having a plan or a mission, he's very much highlighting the fact he has neither, no matter how many plans or missions he himself announces. Each time he relaunched his leadership, unable to get people to like him and binning pledge after promise after vow after mission in the process. He published a bit of video from that dinner, one quote of which that he said caught my eye. He said, "We've changed the Labour Party across the UK and we have changed Scottish Labour, and what you now see is a Labour Party that is fundamentally different to the Labour Party that fought the last general election. Unrecognisably different and very obviously pro-business." You've changed the fundamentals, all right. You're no longer permitted to be a socialist in a democratic socialist party. You're pro-Tory, you're pro-Thatcher, and you'll continue to be held to account for what you said. To flip on that, depending on who you are speaking to, just makes you a fundamentally dishonest person who cannot be trusted, and I'll not be giving my vote to such a blatantly dishonest politician, one of the most dishonest I've ever known. A party that is fundamentally different from the one which fought the last election. Well, to coin your exaltation of Thatcher, whatever you thought of Jeremy Corbyn, at least you knew he meant what he said. Nobody ever doubted the man's honesty, whether you liked him or not. If Labour has changed fundamentally in one issue more than any other, it's that it is now more dishonest now than it ever has been before. Led by a liar, led by someone whose sole obsession is power, and who will do or say whatever he thinks it takes to get him to number 10. Right up to polling day, I don't expect most people, manifesto or no manifesto, from Labour come the general election, to have a clue as to what a Starmer-led government would actually do in power. Because whatever they say or do, you just can't trust it. On that, Starmer is exactly like Thatcher, like any other Tory. That should be the message to every Scot who's endured listening to what this dreadful man has had to say to them, when he's not been running away from you as fast as possible in case you try to ask him a question. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video useful. Please like, share and subscribe if you did. More content out daily. Please do have your say on this story in the comments below and be part of the conversation. Meanwhile, here's a video recommendation. It's got to be Starmer's arrival in Scotland if you haven't seen it already. He was terrified. The thought of engaging with the actual public petrifies him. And I'll hopefully catch you on the next vid. Cheers, folks.